Hi, welcome or welcome back. My name is Eleanor, and I'm doing this a couple of things about me that you may not have discovered yet. I don't film my videos ahead of time in the sense that the minute I finish a video, I edit it and just do the notes and put it out there as quickly as possible. And I like to move on. And what's happened is a couple of days ago I did that, and then now I am continuing my erratic reading behavior, and I thought I'd immediately document what I'm going through a couple of days after my last video. So first of all, I'm feeling I'm feeling homesick for the poetry book by Robyn Schiff, which is A Woman's Property. I am missing that world. It's a linguistically complex and multi-layered world that's hard to get into. So I feel like I've done a lot of the hacking away with my knife, getting further and further into the center of her world, and now suddenly I've been expelled from it. I mean, it's my own doing, because I always feel that once I film a video, that's what happens. So I have been going back to it, and so there's that. But there's also something that she said in one of her interviews that got me off on a completely different tangent. And she said that she really loves reading 18th century, 19th century novels. She likes the Gothic novels of that time. And she mentioned Ann Radcliffe, who's late 18th century. And I remembered that I had seen that name before, and it was in my grandpa's library. So I picked it up, and I've started reading it, and it's this small book. Now, it's called The Confessional of the Black Penitents, but its other title is The Italian, and you can see it's got this lovely paper on the outside, and all of a sudden I'm in this really immersive experience of Naples and the outskirts of Naples. I am racing back and forth with the protagonist as he moves. His name is Vivaldi. So I'm moving with Vivaldi as he tries to woo the beautiful Eleanor, and I'm involved, and I'm in the story and really enjoying it. But there's also another part of me that needs to sort of understand where this book is historically. So long story short, I of course start to research Ann Radcliffe. And 4 months ago, the Observer had an article by Donna Ferguson, and I'll link it. And the article heading is The Queen of Suspense, How Ann Radcliffe Inspired Dickens and Austen, Then Got Written Out of the Canon. She was a proto-feminist author whose phenomenally popular novels commanded unprecedented fees and influenced the work of, we have Jane Austen, Lord Byron, John Keats, Mary Shelley, Coleridge, Henry James, the Bronte sisters, Charles Dickens. Yet for centuries she's been neglected. Now, a team of academics is getting her 8 volumes of her writing ready to be released between 2025 and 2028. And this is really, really exciting to read, because, I just picked it up after having heard about Ann Radcliffe via Robyn Schiff. So it's very pleasing when this serendipity happens. And apparently this is all happening at the University of Sheffield. And there's a professor of romantic literature there called Angela Wright who's heading it up. I think with an American professor as well from UPenn called Professor Michael Gamer. So then I found, again link below, an excellent, very, very short YouTube video featuring this very Professor Wright, accompanied by some fabulous women who are, I suppose, assisting her in this project. And I wrote their names down because I immediately had so much affection for them and their work. There's a Dr. Rosie Whitcomb, who is a postdoc research student, Samila Begum, who is a PhD student, and there are two undergrads who talk about their love for Ann Radcliffe. How superb is this? Charlie Roker and Jamie Crease. So thank you to that incredible group of wonderful women who are helping bring back Ann Radcliffe. And I think it's really for enjoyment. If you like Gothic novels, which I'm kind of discovering maybe I do, because I'm loving this so far. It's so much fun, so much fun. And there's something quite addictive about the way Ann Radcliffe writes. I've started noticing, I'm only like 60 pages in, and it's about 400 pages here, but 60 pages in and I'm already fascinated by the way she keeps me on the edge of my seat due to the use of language, even though barely anything is happening. So there was that, which took up a lot of my time and a lot of my excitement and my imagination. And then, of course, I'm always going to change my mind. Well, not always. But it is my prerogative, and I think it's the prerogative of every booktuber, every person. I am changing my mind because I've found my grandpa's Oresteia, and it's massive. But I'm intrigued, I'll admit it. I've started reading that. So, I mean, obviously I have to choose. And I'm choosing Ann Radcliffe for the moment, because, you know, it's this plot that keeps moving and moving. The Oresteia uses more of another part of my brain. So there's that. And then what other things have been going on? I'm just checking my notes. Yes. So I can recommend a very new booktuber who the algorithm popped in my feed, and I'm loving her channel. She goes by the name of Russian Literature Girl. And she is a grad student in Russian literature, and she has this wonderful ability, which I really appreciate, of giving a snapshot, sort of in a nutshell, videos of why you might be interested in reading something, Russian literature, obviously, which I need, because it's daunting, and I find that other booktubers who have talked about, for example, the brothers Karamazov, other booktubers who have talked about them, you know, and really enjoyed, let's say, that particular book, I haven't been able to truly understand what is it that you love about this book, because it looks hard to me and it looks long to me. And so Russian Lit Girl, in her latest video, talks about the brothers Karamazov, and I mean, I'm there. I want to read it. So thank you to her. Lynn's Read Stuff is also a pretty new booktuber. I discovered her through, she made a comment on one of my videos, and then I looked her up, I think that's how I found her. I'm loving her I highly recommend checking her out. And so in her last video, she talked about an Annie Ernaux collaboration that came out late last year called Use of Photography. And it's a collaboration with her previous lover, a journalist by the name of Marc. And it's being reissued. I guess it must be from many years prior. It's being reissued by Fitzcarraldo. It was previously serialized in the New Yorker, so maybe you've heard of it. So this is where I stand at the moment. And as you can see, I'm kind of jumping around everywhere. And then, of course, I keep coming back to A Woman of Property because it's like coming home now, which is very weird because before it was like walking into a stranger's house. I guess it's like everything. You know, the first time you go to anywhere, a gym, and then maybe you start going regularly, you remember the first time that you went to that place and how awkward you felt, and you feel like a guest and you're not really sure and you don't understand. And then after a while, it's just like coming home in a way. So I think I'll end it there. Don't forget, the only real property is the property of the mind. Bye.